Welcome to Wellness Curated by Anshu Bahanda. In the book Legacy, The Power Within, the author Tony DeLiso wrote, "Happiness is part of who we are. Joy is the feeling." In the final part of our meditation series, we find out how to attract abundance, happiness, joy, guided by healer, seeker, and yogi, Amrita Mann. Welcome to the chat, Amrita.
Thank you, Anshu.
Amrita, we all strive for happiness and joy. And yet there are so many problems in today's day and age of anxiety and depression and mental health issues. Why do you think that is?
I feel one of the main problems in today's day and age, because when you ask the previous generation, they say that, we never heard of these words. And I think one of the main problems is, yes, awareness. There's a lot more awareness. There's a lot of changes that are coming through. And I've spoken about this in the past that, we are changing from the age of Pisces into age of Aquarius, which is more to do with mental health, communications. It's the air element. So it's a lot to do with the mind and emotions. And I think one of the things people are realizing is that, it was easy to sort people out into segregated things and sort their life out for them in the past. That you do this, you do this, you do this, you get married, get a job, get married, have kids, retire. So that is not the norm these days. That is the thing which people are struggling with. We have seen a world where I think we have seen both parts. We have seen the past where it was easy, life was set for us. There was not, we had our own kind of troubles, physical, emotional, but we are now in the period of transition. And the new energy, there is a lot of pushback that people are not being accepted for who they are. There's always, especially in terms of children, I'm saying, because a lot of children feel anxiety. I'm seeing a lot of teenagers, a lot of, even in their 20s and 30s, people having a lot of anxiety because they are supposed to be doing a certain thing. They're supposed to be behaving in a certain way, but that is not what they're feeling from within. So their heart and their mind is in, contradiction with each other. And again, it comes back to pleasing people. It comes back to doing what is good for us, or, doing the right thing in terms of others. And so everything has to be perfect because, especially I think with the social media and all of it, everybody's trying to show that, they are better, they are having a good time, and whereas they are not. So when you're projecting something, when you're under pressure to prove to the world that you're in a good place when actually you're not. Also, because I feel it goes back to we not being able to honor our emotions. Because anybody who, for men, I actually feel very, my heart goes out to them because I feel that men as a society, as this thing, the reason why the women there is so much of, going off topics like that. But I think the reason why we are seeing the women go through such a difficult time is also because the men are wounded. They have not had that emotional outlet.
Release.
They have not had that
Yes.
emotional release. So I think it's dysfunctional on both sides. And these days people are talking mostly about the women. But I think you need to see the masculine as well from a place of, not being able to emote what they're feeling, to always show a strong picture when they're not feeling strong, to hold fort at all times when they're not wanting to do it. So of course it is a bit, it can shut you down. And when you're shut down to your emotions, your mind is all over the place. You are not acting from, your heart. And that is where all the problems, all the sadness, anxiety, depression, all of it also comes from, which is on both sides. Even women, when they are emoting, it goes into another extreme of self-pity, of, uh, you know, uh, not taking the time to actually honor it, instead thinking that if they're going through a difficult time, that it is, in some way like basically self-pitying themselves and in some way, like not knowing how to deal with emotion.
Okay. So, Amrita, from what I feel, and I agree with you, that it's almost like there are structures that were put in place all ages ago, almost in the last age, whether it's the education structure, whether it's the way women were treated, or whether it's the power that a woman had within her family, within society, which are not relevant today, but we haven't transited and we haven't moved on in these structures to current times. I mean, in a lot of workplaces, women are still paid less than men, you know, and there's just different things that are happening today than there were 100 years ago, 50 years ago. And we're still working with education systems from there. And we're still working with, work systems from there, and we're working with family systems from there. And that's why there's a lot of stress combined with the internet, which is social media, internet. We're all over the place. Our brains are almost like dispelled.
True, absolutely true. And that's what you rightly said. The old structures are crumbling and a new structure is formed. So it is a difficult time in right now. But that is where you have to remember that what happened in the past is not something that will happen in the future, because we are breaking old patterns. We're doing that on all levels, in terms of healing, in terms of in everything has changed, nothing is the same. So the old concepts also don't hold true anymore. So that is where, when a person is, I think the main problem is that when right now, especially, what we need is that we need to focus on following your heart, and and not something that you're supposed to do. I think we're just so tuned that this is what I'm supposed to do, that we don't listen to the voice of our heart. And it's literally as simple as that. If you come back to your heart, you take a few deep breaths, give yourself a few minutes just focusing on the heart. Your heart will tell you what to do. And I know this sounds too simple to be true, but it's actually been proven by the Heart Math Institute as well. It's proven by science that your intuition is connected to your heart center. And the more you listen to your heart, you will be guided. And, I followed that through my journey, and I can vouch for it 100%. That, and I always say this, I said, like, of course, my heart has taken me to the ditch many times, but it has saved me from having a major, major crash. So it's better to go into the ditch than to have a major crash. So because you can come out. So it's your, you know, it's just follow your heart, because it will guide you, even if it seems completely out of tune with what the society is doing and behaving. So yeah, it's literally as simple as that.
Before we go into the meditation, Amrita, I want to ask you a question on what you've just said about following your heart. In a lot of structures that currently exist, even a lot of family structures, something like that will cause a lot of turmoil.
Well, yeah.
So what advice do you give people when their heart wants something else, but the way they're supposed to do things is very different?
I would go back
how to handle it gently.
Yeah.
How would one advise people?
I think that's also where your sense of sovereignty comes in, which people are now beginning to understand that they have, because it wasn't something which was there earlier. And you need to set boundaries. You need to say, this is what I want, because till the time you don't put, again, to the universe, to your parents, to anybody out in the world, that till the time you don't say that this is what I want, everybody will expect you to behave the way they want. So you have to stand your ground and say that, no, I know it's upsetting you. I can understand your feelings. I know you're scared. Understand their emotion. They're not just saying, no, don't do it, because if they're saying it from the sense of ego, then maybe that ego needs to be released. But if they're saying it from a place of fear, which is again ego based, but you need to tell them that, I understand your fear. And literally, I think just blessing them with love, like you said in your previous uh, episode, that blessing family members with love, or whoever you want to bless, and that may you understand why I'm doing this or what I'm doing, and they will understand, even if they're angry with you or upset with you at first, they will come to terms with it when they see that your life is improved. And normally the ones who are getting upset with us are the ones that who care for us also. So when you see
Mm-hmm.
that, when you see that they see that you are happy or you make the right choice, you will also be giving them permission to do what their heart wants rather than what they are supposed to do, which I think is a big thing. And
Right,
I've
right,
seen this in my life as well, that, when you follow your heart, you, because we are all subconsciously seeking permission from somebody else. So you
right.
give that person permission to do what their heart wants to do.
Interesting. That's an interesting perspective. Amrita, on that note, can we go into a meditation for joy and happiness,
Sure.
and also something that we can use for mental health issues?
Okay. Sure.
Lovely.
Having said that, mental health issues, I feel, pranayam, any kind of pranayam, that I've noticed that it really helps. It really helps because
Okay.
it makes you understand a deeper aspect of yourself. It calms you down for the moment. It gives you a perspective into yourself, which can help in your mental health thing as well. So
So
that
when
is,
Amrita's talking about pranayam, she's talking about the breath work that you do in yoga.
yes,
We call
yes,
that pranayam.
yes,
Yes.
yeah.
Lovely.
So
Okay. So
let's
you're
start.
saying that do some breath work before you go into a meditation.
That's perfect, actually. If you do breath work before meditation, you notice your meditation is much better. That especially if you're meditating on the silence within, or you're just meditating without any guided meditation towards a particular thing. Any pranayam is supposed to be done before the meditation breath work because it calms your mind. Then your mind is not all over the place, which is why it also helps with mental health issues because of course, along with releasing belief systems and all, like, the breath work does a lot actually. Breath work really works wonders on many, many issues. And if done with intention and with
Lovely.
the correct
Yes.
way. So we'll do the meditation now.
Wonderful. Thank you, Amrita.
Thank you. Just relax. Deep inhale, exhale. To the divine supreme being, divine Father, Mother. I humbly invoke your divine love, grace, and protection in my life. I ask to connect to the energy of joy, to the spirit within me, whose nature is joy. Let's take a deep breath, smile at your heart, connect to the spirit within you. Say, I am open and receptive to the unconditional divine love, which I feel deep in my heart. And I know that I am a child of the Creator. My life is unfolding according to divine grace. I give myself permission to follow my heart, to follow my joy in every aspect of my life. Feel the energy of joy radiating down to your heart, clearing any resistance so that you can feel the love and the joy of the Creator flowing through you. Ask the Creator, your angels of joy, to help you release all the pain, stress, insecurities that you hold within yourself, so that you can fully accept the blessings in your life. Just take a deep inhale down to the belly. Pull your big breath up to the chest. You can exhale in whichever way you feel like. If you feel like exhaling through the mouth, open with a sound over the nostrils. Just releasing all insecurities, anything that is blocking you from feeling joy. Breathe it deep into your navel, pushing the diaphragm down and out, lifting the chest up. Exhale. Feel yourself becoming lighter, clearing all unnecessary cords, baggage, anything that you're carrying, which is blocking the energy of joy from flowing to you. Say, I let go of all inappropriate feelings and thoughts that keep me anxious. Any energy that is not of divine love, any fear, anger, low self-esteem. I ask that to release right now. Any information that does not rhyme in harmony with my being, I let go. Focus on your third eye, between your eyebrows. Take a deep breath. With intention, say, I command all these low vibrational energies to leave my cells, my organs, my chakras, my aura right now. All self-limiting beliefs that keep me from moving forward. All the verbiage that keeps me from being in joy. Take a deep breath into your heart. Once again, exhale, feeling your heart become lighter, clear. And see yourself dancing, being in joy. Focus on a time in your life when you felt true joy. Bring back that memory when you were completely carefree, living from the heart, without any fear, without any self-judgment. Feel the energy of that moment in each cell of the body. Breathe it in, bringing it back into your cellular memories. And radiating it out through your pores. Every pore in your skin is radiating the energy of joy. The joy of being a divine child of God. The joy of being connected to spirit. See your angels, your guides who are always with you, rejoicing in your joy. Affirm to yourself that I am willing to live an exquisite life. And by simply remembering the energy of joy flowing through you, allow yourselves to awaken and activate memory and energy of joy. Tell yourself that it is my divine birthright to be in joy, to live this creation of the Divine Mother and Divine Father in peace and joy. Be aware of your solar plexus, which is in between your ribs. Just observe the energy around them. Anything that is keeping you from being in joy, allow it to completely release. Free yourself from all self-imposed limitations or energetic cords that are blocking from being in your true power. Joy comes with being in your true power. Whatever it is that your spirit wants for you. Thanking your guides and angels, the spirit within you, divine supreme being. Slowly that, keeping the energy of joy within you. Thank you.
That was very nice, Amrita. That was very, very nice. And I think there's something you said, we train, I think it was something you said during the meditation, but I think we forget that we're meant to be joyful. We get so caught up in doing our everyday, leading our transactional lives that we forget that energy of joy. And it's just about reminding ourselves of that.
Yes.
So thank you for that. Thank you very much for that. Thank you, Amrita, for this incredible, incredible meditation on joy and happiness. And in fact, for the whole series of wonderful meditations that we've done. Thank you, everyone, for listening in. This was Wellness Curated.